So, what of the fate of the fire-ravaged Broomfield House in Enfield? Has it fared as well as Strawberry Hill?
Would you remember what a depressing day we had 10 years ago, when there was hardly anything left? It was just charred timbers everywhere.
Hey, look, there's the staircase. It all comes back, doesn't it? The wonderful thing about this house is that, although it looks so terrible, there's actually quite a lot here that is salvageable.
And let's see what sort of state it's in now.
Broomfield House has been standing in the centre of Broomfield Park since the 16th century. It started life as a modest farmhouse and has been much altered and embellished over the years. The mansion was bought by the local council in the 1900s and in time housed a health centre, a museum and a cafe. That was until a series of fires in the 80s and 90s gradually reduced it to ruin.
Absolutely nothing has happened.
10 minutes ago I was vaguely optimistic and now I'm just appalled. When we came last, we went inside, didn't we? We wandered all around the ground floor.
So you had this wonderfully gracious early 18th century staircase that would have gone up here, and in the way that it now disintegrates into nothing, you'd have to imagine that it went sort of gliding up at a right angle turn. This was a Rolls Royce of staircases.
Now we can't even go beyond the hoarding. It's apparently so dangerous.
It's the centre of the park. It explains why the park is here. There's a main important country house in this part of Middlesex, as it was, and if it were taken away, you're just left with no sense of understanding why it is here or what it once was.
Aborted plans to create low-cost housing and a failed lottery bid have condemned Broomfield House to its current parlour state. And the local council is adamant it doesn't have the money to pay for the restoration itself.
I've got pupil places requirements coming out of my ears. I've got housing requirements coming out of my ears. The capital fund is stretched beyond its limits actually at the moment in terms of pragmatic needs. And next few years, councils have got even bigger percentage cuts than they've had in the last 4 years. So we're not looking at a kind of, all's wonderful and the horizon is bright and lovely.
A local community group is pinning its hopes on a revised bid for money from the lottery, but nothing can be guaranteed.
We've always believed the house should be restored, and it should be as a community resource. Maybe we'll just have to do the shell of the house up if there's reduced money available, and to do other work step by step. But there's a credibility gap at the moment, and as much as the Heritage Lottery Fund knock us back, no one's going to offer money for a project that hasn't got wheels on it.
My fear if we don't get the Heritage Lottery Fund money is that we wouldn't then be able to attract money from a lot of any other sources. And so the option at that moment is we'd have to pack up shop and it would have to be razed to the ground because it would not be a sustainable structure.
There are hundreds of examples of how historic buildings in the centres of historic parks can be revived and turned into all sorts of things. Between them, the local authority, the heritage bodies, the community. Why can't they come together and sort this out?